like, oh my God, I have so much to learn from you. So Local Women's Handicraft is a social business. We are pretty small. We have been established since 2008. But we saw that especially in Kathmandu, a lot of injustices happening around fashion industry and around like whole ethical fashion and how women were part of the businesses but their voice was not being heard the way that it's supposed to be. So I think the best way that for me is always is to how can I make our women voice heard. So this is the introduction of Local Women's Handicrafts with one of our women, and I would like to share that video with you to just to start this conversation. So here it is.
Local Women's Handicraft is a fair trade sewing collective in Kathmandu. It is a social enterprise to lift women who have been marginalized and exploited, to give them opportunity, skills, and a sense of dignity, and to spread our model of empowerment across the world. Each of our centers is both a sustainable production facility and safe space of learning, growth, and community. The women who come to our centers are offered opportunities, training, and services that empower them to progress in their lives with self-value that many of them had never known was possible. When they arrive, the women have the opportunity to participate in training lasting up to 4 years. They learn professional skills in fiber crafts, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. During this time, they receive a stipend and engaged mentorship from our staff and other women who have been through the program before them. After the training, they can choose to work at the center with a living wage or open their own small businesses. Beyond economical empowerment, our holistic model supports the whole woman so they can learn to feel safe and heal from trauma. Our staff provides health and wellness services to women and the children, women's hygiene classes, and basic education. Our centers also have gardens that provide food for women and their families. So through a dedicated and passionate team, we aim to empower 10,000 women in the world's poorest region by 2020 and create a textile industry that honors sustainability, human rights, and dignity.
Thank you so much. So that was a little intro of our self, who we are and what we believe in. Um, we deeply believe in like women, especially in Nepal. There's not even real data like what percent of women own the businesses in Nepal, and it's very very little amount, a little percentage of women. We face a lot of our generational trauma and generational inequalities with education, with safety, with our voice, and of course it's affect economically to us. So a lot of us, we're just really like, how can we like learn the skills and become like these, you know, grassroots embodiment movement for women that actually owns some of the economy and money. So and I have, it's connected to my own experience. When I was very young, I was working in very, very small room, in a terrible conditions for making lots of clothes for very, very little money. And and I saw how disconnected the textile industry and the fashion industry was. um, and in that time I had no voice. I was very scared, and I didn't know what to do. And then when I was around 12, I met very, very kind person, and he gave me the education. And with his help, I was able to understand that in order to change our um, like our suffering or our pain or our disempowerment, we really need to step into our creativity and make something and sell something. And that's when I started local women's handicrafts, just in a hope to be seen and to be heard that we can do also something. And like that, we started with one woman, and it turned out into a ripple effect of 6 women, and then, you know, 10 women, 20 women. And right now over 365 women are involved, and we are the staff of almost 65 women in the ground working every single day. We have we have the centers, which we call empowerment center facilities to make these crafts and stuff, in Kathmandu, and then also in Tarai region called Saptari. In Saptari, we just started since 2018. First, we went there when we heard from one of our women that how like bad the condition was of women over there, and how flooding and everything was happening, and you know, people are very, very desperate of needs. But there was like people in Saptari work so hard, like so hard, and that like if they can have the right leadership, it will change their destiny. And so for that reason, we set up the second empowerment center there, and we're selling these crafts. Our values are to making sure that, you know, when the women come to our center, they feel safe, and they feel the communities. And the communities, it's not necessarily the community that we see in Nepal. It's the community of the women who have come to our center and have learned the skills and have healed themselves, and they know that, you know, they can make money and they can have a voice. So those women become eventually the part of our communities, and they inspire other women to come and get together. And you know, income is a big part of our whole thing, and the best way to not dependent on charity or in donation is to really incorporate the local resources that we have available in these local areas, and how we can take these materials. And you know, like hemp is so widely grown in Nepal, and you know, like there's lots of materials and beautiful cottons are out there, and how can we take that and turn into a beautiful products. So I think that knowing the resources that we have and the skills that we have, and how can we turn that into a hope for these women. Um, we are also like so much focused on the education. So when the women are in our center, these women are receiving a lot of literacy and mentoring programs. We are bringing people from overseas and doing a lot of culture exchange to just inspire these women to that, you know, you can have that voice too. We focus a lot on the also making a lot of the products that could be used locally, and one of those project is sanitary pad. So in Nepal, we have a huge taboo around menstruation, and every single year there is a couple of news that would come that, you know, a girl died suffocated in a small hut and all, and it's very painful situation around menstruation. So we developed a reusable sanitary pad, and we go to these young girls' schools and we educate them, and we give these sanitary pads to these schools too. Um, we are very, very much focusing on like how, like when we are making things, how it can be eco-friendly and natural and sustainable. And therefore we have developed a lot of our recycled products. I'm right in my website, so you guys can visit and see all, like, you know, how do we do this. So, mm, oh, sorry. I just wanted to pull up the recycled product, and I'm having a really little hard time. We're focusing on two things, which is wholesale and retail. So through this website, people can buy things from all around the world, like anywhere from the world. People can visit this website, localwomenshandicrafts.com, and purchase directly. And mm, and we also do the wholesale. So this is the product, these are the products that I really want to show, and these are our like really good sales products, and it's made out of recycled materials and recycled sari. So we take these materials that is basically is coming from all around the Nepal. Sometimes it also comes from India, all these leftover saris, old saris, and then we rewash them and reweave them and turn them into these yoga mats and cushion covers and like so many like rugs and like this is a yoga mat that is really well selling. And then we have cushion cover like these that we sell a lot. And of course, this has all the information, how these are sourced materials and how our women are weaving. We are using a loom which does not need any electricity. So it's very like we're trying to really get ready of like back in 2008 or 9, Nepal was like having a really hard time having electricity problems, and like we would get cut off for like, you know, 8, 9, 10 hours, and in the nighttime we would have electricity, in daytime we don't have electricity. It was really hard to work. So that's the time that it really brought us into a focus of understanding like how can we really focus on the sustainability, that we are not dependent on the other hand and other people hand and the bigger thing. So um, since then we decided to build a center, and then in that center we have a biogas. So we take all these leftovers and all the recycled materials, and we turn them into a fuel, and that fuel is providing a cooking gas for our women. And then we also like really focusing on the solar energy. And then, of course, we have the access to electricity now, which is helping us to grow more further. And as you saw, like our goal in the video, that our goal was to help and empower and 10,000 women by 2020, and we got completely hit by COVID, and we didn't meet and reach the goal. So hopefully we are going to extend that for 2025 and increase that number. We have been published in Forbes, and I have been myself very much connected with Fair Trade Certified Organization, Fair Trade Federation, and I'm constantly speaking around fashion revolutions and how fast fashion is killing our planet. Like how many people that even know that one t-shirt takes 200 gallons of water that one person can drink for 3 years. So for us, more than we, of course, to bring the income, we focus on selling the products, but really our values is like stays with women's empowerment and injustices that is happening in the fashion industry with the women, because our world is almost filled with the stuff, like so much filled with the stuff, but we have no idea where our things come from and who makes it and in what condition they makes it. And if we don't figure that out, I don't think we will be able to make a real impact that we want to make. So it's like a perpetuation of like you give something and then you create 10 more mistakes. So it's very, very important to provide a living wage and safe environment for these people and for the consumer to know where their products come from. We have in our website where people can meet all the women. This is obviously me here, and then all of these women that have come to our centers, and we are adding more and more women's stories here, so people can really understand what Nepal is and what's the condition of the women. So this is all of our women. Goes forever, and then. As I said before, like we're published in all these Cosmopolitan, Forbes, Huffington Post, all over. And then we are, so really like in the end of the day, we would like to see a fast fashion being end and women feeling free from the sweatshop and really protecting the nature. Because when you produce, ethicals and sustainable materials and natural materials, little but good quality, then that is how we are going to preserve the nature. This is our beautiful, like safe working environment for our women that is like, we like all these like since almost 10-12 years we have been just like, we could have scaled it out and made it like really big, but we have been really focusing on like, okay, if we are helping just 35 women, let's focus on just that and how can we make their life better, and then showcase their products into the website slowly, because now we have the online website, so we are trying to bring another entrepreneurs or people together to partner with us and put their products in here too, because this website is global, and we really want to give opportunities to the women, specifically to the women who are owning and running businesses, small businesses in Nepal, and they don't have the visibilities, so we can create their profile in this website and use it. And I just feel like it will be really hard, like there's so much problem out in the world, but I see the hope in technology. And if the people in Nepal can really understand the power of technology and take this to and communicate to the world in a way to share our experiences, what are the challenges we are facing in the ground, because we are not developed country yet. Like we are struggling with even our street. Like we're having a lot of pollution issues. Our rivers are dying. So we, in order to protect that, we need to tell the stories of what is happening really, and then people supporting that. So yeah, this is where we are, and um, we focus a lot, so much on the behind the scene, and we give our customers. So when somebody comes and says like, hey, local women's handicrafts, we want to work with you, not necessarily we just start working with them. Like we invite them to our center. We want them to come and connect with our women, see our facilities, and see the materials what we are working on. So these are the like hemp straw that we bring to our center. We work with the villages in the mountain areas, and then we bring the raw materials into our center, and from there we treat them, and then we make them into a thread, and then we weave them, and then we make them into these beautiful backpacks and stuff, which is 100% it's like like these ones are like 100% eco-friendly. So the normal backpack that we use in our daily life, it will take, and most of them are made out of synthetic plastics, it will take almost 800 years to decompose. Whereas like these backpacks, like you throw them in the field for like, 8 months, and it will decompose and turn into a soil. So, and then we use a lot of natural dyes. So this backpack is dyed by the natural colors. We have a cooperative, and then they help us do that. In our center, we are trying to bring everything in together, so we can like from designing to finish the product, we all can do in one place. But still we are working on that, and these are the backpacks that is made all in our center. We sell even these hemp yarns that people can, not only buy our backpacks, but they can make their own products if they want to. And same with the fabrics that we have. These are really beautiful laptop case that people can use, and again, like natural dyes, hand woven, made by our women. It tells the story also with our women, like who made it, and their photos being displayed in these products. These are the recycled ones. So
Nasreen, they're really beautiful. I love the upcycled sari products. They're really gorgeous.
yeah,
I'm just conscious of time, but I would love to for you to just mention who the kind of people you're looking for through the Nepal Ireland Chamber of Commerce. I know you were saying about possible help with marketing.
yes, I would, because we have built this website, and we have put so much energy in it, and if people can really help us expose this website all around the world, would be really, really helpful. And then at the same time, if somebody is interested in working with local women's handicrafts, they can go to our website and fill up the wholesale section, and we can get in touch with them. That is how we will be able to get in touch with them. And then if somebody wants to volunteer and to be a part of it, they can also become a part of it. And then we also have launched a 1 million mask initiative. So far we have reached our goal for like we have sold 5,000 masks, but we would really love for people to help and support this initiative, 1 million mask initiative. So thank you.
Thanks so much.